Kaepernick is apparently staying in shape. Yesterday, he posted this video working out that starts with the caption, "Denied work 889 days." Kaepernick added, quote, 5 a.m., 5 days a week for 3 years. Still ready. Cap hasn't played in an NFL game since 2016. Shannon, what message is he trying to send?
Skip, I think he's trying to send a message like, guys, I'm still out here. I'm still training. I'm still a quarterback. And if given the opportunity, I believe I can come in and help a team. And I admire the fact, Skip, that he's still on this grind, seemingly on this journey, trying to get back to the NFL and give it another shot. But unfortunately, Skip, I don't believe it's going to happen. It's hard for me to believe that a team would not give him an opportunity to play quarterback 3 months after his last game, but somehow 30 months after his last game, they're willing to. It's just, and also, Skip, I just don't know. I mean, he did settle a lawsuit against the NFL.
He did?
It's hard for me to believe that, Skip, I could have a lawsuit, win a lawsuit against my employer, and then my employer have me back in here to work. It's just hard for me to believe that that could happen.
True.
And I don't know if Cap really understands, because whatever money, Skip, they've been he got $1 million, he got $50 million, he got a trillion. I don't know what he got. But whatever the nomination of money that he did get, guess who pockets it came out of? The very people that he's asking him to give him a job now, the owners. So, Skip, while I think it's admirable that he's still trying to do it, and he says, look, guys, it's training, Skip, it's camp time. Somebody gets hurt, your boy ready. You see, I'm up at 5 a.m., I'm putting that work in. Skip, over the last 2.5 years, they brought quarterbacks out of retirement that's been retired for 3, 4, 5 years. They brought a guy from the TV booth. Jay Cutler was working here, and the Dolphins gave him $10 million to come play quarterback for them.
He was about to work here.
Yeah, he was about to. Well, yeah, we already had signed him up. He done did his everything. He did the reads.
Ready.
Yeah, ready to go. They brought him.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to believe that Colin Kaepernick will ever play quarterback in the NFL again.
Likewise, unfortunately, I still hold out this like 2% chance, 1% chance. Long shot chance, because like you say, people are always desperate for quarterbacks, but the history with the league, it just got so contentious that I just can't see it. So open up my computer, click on this video, and it was beautifully produced. It's on the order of an award-winning music video. It is first class. And I'm thinking, it even has a count up counter. You know, the days are counting up to, what is it, 889 days. I've been denied work. Powerful.
Yes.
What's the message? What are you trying to do? Do you really want work, or are you just trying to extend your, what I call martyrdom, where you're a martyr, where you're the victim of this, which he is.
Right.
And he wants to, maybe is this going to be an annual video we'll see, and it's going to year 3 or 4 out of football, year 5 out of football? Because to me, it seems like his platform is more powerful out of football than if he were holding a clipboard as somebody's backup, third string quarterback or whatever, right?
Yes.
Because if you go back, you lose a little bit of your edge, right? It feels like...
Skip, for me, I believe he stands more to lose than ever gain. Because if he comes back and he doesn't make it, everybody's going to say, see, that's why they wouldn't give you the opportunity. Yeah. That's it, Skip. And so for me, and one other thing that's in place, Skip, what owner want to get that tweet? You know, there's a man at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. He sees all, he hears all. Which one of them wants that tweet? Because in a private closed-door meeting, there were some owners that said they didn't want to have to deal with that.
Sure. So if Colin goes back, would he continue to kneel? I'm pretty sure he would.
Yes. Because Ed Reed, I think Ed Reed, I read somewhere where Ed Reed said he's going to continue to kneel.
Okay. God bless both of them, if Colin would ever get this chance.
Right.
But somehow it's losing some of its impact over time because it's not a new thing.
Right.
And again, Colin has more mystique, more cachet out of football in martyrdom than he would have on the sideline or kneeling before kickoff.
Correct.
So here's my only disappointment in Colin. When he did speak as a player, and we're going all the way back to 2016, he was powerfully eloquent. in ways that very few athletes of any color to me have ever been in a post-game setting. Remember in San Diego when he spoke out about why I'm doing this?
Right.
I was like, whew, that got me.
Right.
That moved me. That was powerful. So I keep waiting for Colin to become the social justice spokesman, commentator, trailblazer that I think he's capable of becoming, but he's still completely radio silent, right?
I don't know if Dr. King could have had the reach that he had he not been able to speak. I don't believe Malcolm X could have had the reach that he had unless he spoke. So
You're so right.
You keep asking, and at some point in time, Shannon Sharpe and others can't continue to speak for Colin Kaepernick. Cap needs to speak for himself. But in this situation, Skip, it's hard for me to believe. I do not see a scenario that an NFL team is going to call Cap, especially if they didn't call him 3 months after his last game.
No, they're not going to. But it's time for him to segue into his next career, his next calling, because I believe he thought it was his calling.
Yes.
I want to see the impact that we have. He could be Muhammad Ali of this generation. He could be Bill Russell. He could be Jim Brown. He could do what LeBron is now doing as a current player.
Right.
LeBron's powerful, man.
But LeBron speaks.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But when he speaks, I listen,
and
it has impact.
If you look,
what he said about Rich Paul yesterday, we talked about, that was all-time great.
And even if you look at Megan Rapinoe and the stance that she took at the World Cup, when they asked her, she talked about it. She's been on talk shows talking about it. Well, no one is having to speak for Megan Rapinoe. She's speaking for herself. So eventually, Cap was going to have to speak for himself, but he chose this path. I'm going to have a problem with it, but...
What is the path? It's radio silent. It's again, mystique grows because we're all thinking, gee, what's he thinking and doing now?
Right.
Does he have some Dr. King? I don't want to put Dr. King on as, it's too much to live up to.
Right.
Maybe some. Right. Some Malcolm X.
Right.
Some.
But I'm saying you're going to have to speak and tell people what you're doing, why you're doing it, and that's what those guys were able to articulate, what they were doing, why they were doing it. It was for, Dr. King was like, I'm not doing this it's for everyone. Because he told when he went to the busboys the strike, and he was these jailers, and he asked one of them guys, he's like, oh, how much do you make? And the guy told him, he said, well, you should be out there with us. You're no better off than us. Basically, the only difference is your complexion, which you don't realize. True. You're in poverty also, bro. And so it's just, and I know, look, it's tough, Skip, because everybody, Tom says he wants to play till he's 45, which means, Skip, what? He wants to leave on his terms. It's hard, no matter what the occupation, if you don't leave on your term. There have been people that work their job for 35, 36, 37 years, and they get fired. It's like, man, I was really trying. Bro, you've been working for 36 years. Colin feel like there's something, he left something. That he did not get an opportunity to finish, to go out in his terms, in the manner that he saw fit. And someone denied him that, they took that away from him. But I'm just afraid, Skip, he'll never get that opportunity.
Do you believe, bottom line, that an 889-day video will pressure any NFL owner to at least sit back and think, you know what, we should take a look at him?
No.
I'm with you.
Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
But maybe this is the step before we start to hear from him again. Because if he is going to have a voice, he needs to be prepared for once he starts talking, we're going to be listening. It's like Megan Rapinoe. She took advantage of the opportunity. A couple years ago, when she kneeled the first time, she didn't. It took a little time to figure out what she wanted to say, and now everyone's listening. But he has to be ready for it.
Just gut feeling. Do you think Colin has any regrets over the stance he took?
No.
I don't either. But you obviously, you have to live with the consequences.
And that's, actions have consequences. And you must be willing to live with those now. Ali was going to be willing to live with the action. His action says, I'm not going over there. I'm not killing anybody that causing me harm. He
missed the heart of his prime. He laid out. He said, I'm out.
I'm out. It took, it'd have been very different. Sometimes I was thinking, what if Ali had never been able to regain the heavyweight title? What if he'd have come back and every time he fought, he lost? Him coming back, winning, took him to a level. But still, even Skip, Ali was much more beloved once he got away from the game. And maybe it was the Parkinson's that made him an empathetic figure because he had went away for a while and we didn't see him until the 96 Olympics when he lit that flame. And we saw a man that was so proud, so boastful, had almost become mute at that point.
Yeah, I think it's because America's eyes slowly opened to what Vietnam really was and wasn't.
Yes.
Right? And then they said, well, wait a second. He stood up against it.
He was right.
Oh, he was right.
Yeah, but
that perspective came with time.
And there were a lot of things, but here we are, 2019, still dealing with a lot of the same issues that Dr. King and others have fought for.
Yeah. I think it's important we do have these conversations. And, you know, hopefully we will start to hear a little bit more from him because I always listen, and we all do when he has something to say. We also just heard from Kevin Durant. Finally, an update on his part. Should he be upset with the Warriors? We'll discuss how he's doing next.
And I won't back down.